Originally released on PC with PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 releases in 2007 and 2008, with a remastered version for PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC in 2016, we have Bioshock. But this isn't the version of Bioshock we'll be covering today. Today we're going to cover the 2010 release of Bioshock for Java-based mobile phones. Developed by IG Fun and published by India Games Limited, Starwave and 2K Games, Bioshock Mobile, which I'll call Bioshock 2D from this point on, is a 2D version of Bioshock designed to be compatible for a range of mobile phones. There was also a 3D version of the game for more powerful phones, which unfortunately is no longer available, and my attempts at locating it have been futile. The game appears to be a shortened retelling of the first Bioshock game in the form of a 2D adventure game, as opposed to the first-person shooter already available. In this game you play as Jack, a man who survives a plane crash in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and travels to the underwater city of Rapture, which has been ravaged by a civil war. There he meets an ally through the radio by the name of Atlas, who will help Jack in Rapture, in return for Jack helping him escape the city with his wife and son. Along the way, Jack has to deal with the insane inhabitants of Rapture, known as Splicers, the brainwashed Little Sisters and their protectors, the Big Daddies, and the founder of Rapture, Andrew Ryan. But is the game any good? Find out in The Good. Given the limitations on a majority of mobile phones at the time, the game does look pretty good. The sprite work adds its own flair to the game and even does a good job of showing the circus of value vending machines, as well as the portraits used in audio diaries, to name a couple of things. Level conversions tend to be pretty accurate, although understandably limited, and the content of the audio diaries are for the most part spot on, of course with things like swearing taken out. Certain scenes, such as the first time Jack uses a plasmid, which is a serum which gives the user special powers through rewriting their DNA, or dealing with a little sister, use screens and footage from the source game, and although badly displayed due to colour and resolution limits, still does a pretty good job of it. Although there is one very notorious example which I'll show you all later. Plasmids and weapons available through the game mostly reflect on the ones available on consoles and PC, which is another plus. Unfortunately, that's all the good I have for this game, so it's time we move on to the bad. Now, I've sort of hidden it from everyone up to this point, but do you know why I'm only showing you footage from the first 4 levels of Bioshock? That's because the game only features the first 4 levels of the game. Once you reach Arcadia, the 5th level, the game has you believe you're about to enter the stage by giving you the objective to find and kill Andrew Ryan. Instead, the game then tells you that in order to find and kill Andrew Ryan, you need to purchase and download Bioshock Part 2, as well as a code for your inventory to carry across. The problem here is that Part 2, as well as any other additional parts, never got made, thus making the one power to the people station in the game thus far essentially useless. The game can be completed in about an hour or so, which makes it more of a time filler than anything really. The game also has issues when it comes to loading sounds as well. There's a couple of tracks that play in the first level, Welcome to Rapture, which are familiar with people who have played Bioshock before. On top of that, noises made from Splicers as well as Jack's weapons may initially play, but will eventually stop playing altogether.
I found her that way!
Now, I presume this is a limitation of the phone which the game is being played on, but if that's going to eventually be the case, there really is no point in offering to have sounds on or off before you start the game, let alone a sound option to begin with. With that, I've pretty much covered my issues with the game, so it's time I give out the opinion. Bioshock 2D does a pretty good job of adapting the first 4 levels of the game on a mobile phone interface. While controls may seem a bit clunky, it is expected from a mobile phone running Java. The game's biggest setback is probably the fact that it encourages you to buy the next installment, which would never come to pass, which is a shame really, because I would like to have seen how they would have handled later events in the game. You're probably best to play Bioshock or its remastered edition on console or PC over this game, but if you're really interested in how the mobile version runs, I won't stop you giving this a try. So with that, it's time for my rating. Would you kindly give Bioshock 2D on Java enabled phones this weird image of Andrew Ryan's face out of 10? Not sure what they were trying to go for there, but I should be thankful that it looked alright on my version of the game. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next Infinite Backlog review. If you enjoyed today's review, feel free to check out some of our other videos and subscribe for more. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram and our Facebook page. Once again, thank you for watching.